It is a beautiful day. It is a Sunday morning. We're up here at the Triumph dealership in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's what the time of year it is here in Indiana, right? To be in Indianapolis, right? They were doing qualifying yesterday out at the track. We're here at the Triumph dealership right on College Avenue. This is probably my favorite ride of the year, the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride.
Distinguished.
Do I look distinguished?
You look distinguished.
That's so cool because I wanted to be distinguished.
You did, didn't you?
That was my whole goal.
You wanted to fit in with everybody else.
Exactly. What do you think about this ride?
I love this ride. I think it's so cool to see all the people out here that are dressed up. It's for a great cause, and it's an awesome ride.
It is. And this year we're finally get to ride it ourselves.
Yep.
We got our bikes here to ride instead of just filming. So it's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when it's a Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, you know darn well Ladendorf, Fregiato, and Bigler are going to be on the scene. That's right.
Yeah.
Ladendorf, Fregiato, and Bigler, the Bigler and Badler than ever. And they've been a part of this show for 20 years now.
Yep.
So thank you, Ladendorf Law. And hey, I hope you never need a personal injury lawyer, but if you do, go to steelhorsecenter.com, click on the Ladendorf logo. It'll put you right on their website. Everything will be taken care of. Cindy,
Yes.
I'm excited. Let's go.
Let's go. So the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, it's very distinguishing. It's very cool. This is such a cool ride. I love to see everybody dressed up. I love to see the atmosphere that you guys bring. What made you do this ride or start this ride or coordinate this ride?
Yeah, I mean, a quick history. The ride started in Australia in 2012 with about 60 cities globally. I did that ride here in Indianapolis. I didn't organize then. And I started organizing in 2016 because I didn't want to see it die. I initially did it because my grandfather had prostate cancer, and that's part of what the funds are for. But increasingly, men's mental health and suicide prevention. And we talked last year. I got choked up. I've had several suicides in my family with friends as well, and I just want to get people to connect. We need healthy relationships and connections to prevent getting to that place where we think about committing suicide. And just so it's raising money for Movember, which has a high impact.
Yeah.
But also locally, it's just about bringing people together.
To me, it's just great. It for men's health, for, like you said, the mental part of it. There's so many people that struggle. I mean, we struggle daily. Our lives are not always easy.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that struggle, and sometimes men are overlooked because they're supposed to be the macho men, and they can't struggle. But there are so many guys that do struggle. So I'm glad that you guys are putting this ride on and having it, being worldwide, that it's everywhere. It's not just here, but that you are raising the funds for that. And we just appreciate it. We appreciate the atmosphere that you guys bring here.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that too. I'll mention, just a statistic: 75% of suicides are men.
Wow.
Movember also has a fund that they fund. It's for first responders and veterans who are highly, highly affected. Compared to the general male population, their suicide numbers are higher.
Wow.
So I just want to give a little mention to that as well.
I had no idea.
Yeah. This year, DGR has grown. It's 1,037 cities this year.
Nice.
So starting from 60 in 2012 to 2025 being 1,037 really says something.
Yeah. Well, I know that sometimes it's a little difficult for people to find out about this ride, and it is vintage, so you want more vintage bikes. But if somebody wanted to get a hold of you to be able to do the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, how would they do that?
Anyone who goes to gentlemansride.com and finds the Indianapolis page, you should be able to there's an option there to contact the host, and that will just send an email to me or John.
Okay.
We do have, this time of year, we have a Facebook event page. It's a little tricky to find, but if you search 2025 Distinguished Gentleman's Ride Indianapolis, you can find that event page, and you can use Facebook Messenger there as well. I'm going to throw in something else. We have a community page we call Ride Dapper Indianapolis. Because DGR Global does not allow us to keep contact information, I've set up this community page called Ride Dapper Indianapolis, and we have monthly coffee meetups, and it's really just to support the community, make connections. John and I can be contacted through there as well. So Ride Dapper Indianapolis. send us a message and make a post, and we'll be there to answer.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, and when I was registering, I realized that you can actually raise funds for this. You don't have to put all your money in. Sometimes you can go, I mean, I used to do that for Riley Hospital.
Sure.
You know, you go around and you just ask people for money
Yeah,
to do
so,
this.
Yeah, and that's it. When you register for the ride, DGR Global gives you all the tools you need. They make it super easy for you. They have easy downloads with QR codes. People scan the QR code. They just send their money straight to your fundraising. Facebook tools, email. You can send email out to people. For me, it's easy, right? Because I've done it before. Anybody I've emailed in the past who has been a donor, just sends an email out to them. They make it so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy. And I'll say too that when people donate, the funds go directly to Movember. They don't go to the DGR organization, directly to Movember.
So are most of the people volunteers that actually put the rides together?
Yeah, everybody's volunteers.
Everybody's
You have a
volunteers.
small crew in Australia and Europe who manage the whole thing, and they're quite amazing. I don't know how they do it all, but 1,000 cities have at least 1,000 hosts, right? And here we have 15 volunteers here helping us today. Everybody is volunteer. We do it because we believe in the cause. And we're community,
Yeah.
Most of my motorcycle riding friends are people that I met doing DGR, and that's when I started riding a motorcycle in 2010. In 2012, I did my first ride. So that's a community we have, and the good thing to it is that when you come and do this and you meet people, they know that they have the same mindset as you,
Right.
and that there are people, if you're struggling, right, or you just need a mate to talk to, you don't even have to say it. We just know. We just know, right, that this is a person who's going to be receptive. Yeah, and that's the thing of it.
That's so cool. I'm so thankful that you guys do this ride, because it is something that's needed. You see the support that you get for it. So, everybody coming out to ride, and we all know that is much needed, for the support of men's health and mental health also. So thank you so much for all that you do, for, continuing on. I hope that next year it'll grow stronger with a lot more vintage bikes.
Yeah.
And every year, beyond that it'll just grow and grow and grow, and that you guys will be able to raise the funds that help and support
Yeah,
people.
thanks. We appreciate that. We have a lot of first-timers this year, which is great. I appreciate that. And you guys have been here interviewing us, but good to see you ride.
Yes, I'm
Finally,
glad to
I was
be
hoping we could do
riding.
that. I want to just mention again, I talked a lot about mental health and prostate cancer. I just lost a neighbor to prostate cancer. So, fellas, don't neglect yourselves.
Right.
Yeah, it's real. And it's highly, highly treatable if you get it early.
Yes.
So
That is
please,
so true.
please keep that in mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Have a
Yeah.
good day.
Yeah,
We're going to
thanks.
have a beautiful ride today.
Yeah.
I'm riding with you, so I'm glad.
I'm happy. Yeah.
So thank you very much. You guys just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks to you.
Thank you.
Man, we're here at the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride up in Indianapolis at the Triumph dealership right here on College Avenue. And wouldn't you know it, I get here and I bump into a pair of legals right here. There's a pair of them right here. Ladendorf, Fregiato, and Bigler. Hey, is it true they're bigger and badder than ever?
They are.
They are? All right, what made you guys decide to come out to this particular ride?
All the distinguished gentlemen.
Yeah? Oh, are you single by chance?
Depends.
Depends on how distinguished they are.
Yes.
Look for the money. All right? That's the one thing I tell everybody. You can marry for money. You can learn to love them later. Get the money up front. That's the way it works. So how are things going at Ladendorf Law?
Good. Good.
Just good? Did you guys get your air conditioner fixed?
No. It's hot. It's
Still,
hot there.
so, I'm telling you, Roy Rogers Heating and Air, that's who you need to call. They'll take care of it. Their motto is giddy up, so they got to be good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So how many rides do you guys go out to a year?
Quite a few.
Approximately. I mean, I know I see.
I think there's like 10.
10 or
on the
12,
list.
Is that right? That's pretty amazing. And, Ladendorf, Fregiato, and Bigler, I know I say Ladendorf Law a lot of times because that's what it was called for many, many years. Part of this show for, gosh, I'm going to say 20 years now. So we're just always so happy and so thankful to see you guys out here at these rides. You guys got all sorts of stuff on the table,
Yes.
the kickstand pucks and everything else. It's just super cool to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming out here. And I hope you find a distinguished gentleman while you're here.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. So now you have a mustache.
Yeah, now I have a mustache for the ride.
So what brought you out to this ride?
It was actually my boyfriend's idea. He found it on social media, and I decided to participate because I think men's mental health awareness is important.
It's a very cool ride.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's our first time.
First time.
Yeah.
So how many times have you done it?
Just the first time.
This is your first time? Yeah. Okay, I have to ask you, how did you find this ride?
I don't remember. It just came up. Somebody emailed it to me a long time ago from last year, and I just kept track of it and Googled it and said, "Let's do it."
Well, you guys picked a fantastic ride because this ride is really great. It really is. I haven't done the actual ride, but we've been out here a couple of years, so we're going to actually do the ride this year, and it's going to be fun. And I'm glad you guys are doing it too.
Yeah.
And you dressed up for it.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
To dress your best.
Well, you guys look great. You look fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Big shout out to Krambo's. Chris Crampy, world-renowned painter. They have Harley mechanics. They have all the accessories, the bells and whistles that you need for your motorcycle. They do great tire sales there, and they have some really cool attire. Get your swag at Krambo's. US 40 over in Greencastle. That's right, it's the Texaco building, 6.3 miles west of US 231, right off of US 40. You know what they say, Krambo's, they'll get you noticed. All right, David, if there was ever a ride designed for you and your motorcycle, it is the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. This is a pretty amazing thing. I absolutely love this event every year. It's just amazing how many people come out, and it's for such a great cause. Is this actually your motorcycle?
This is one of my motorcycles. Yep, I've got two Janus motorcycles. This is the Halcyon 250. I have rode in this ride for the past 5-6 years.
Okay.
And I love the cause. I love coming out. And this bike just fits perfect in the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride.
It is absolutely perfect for this. You know, I feel bad because I come out here on my Harley. I wouldn't do it. They kept telling me, ride the bike, do the ride with us. We come out and film, and then we never do the ride. So this year, raise some money, brought the bikes. We're actually riding the bikes this year.
Good.
Again, we're kind of like the stepchildren. They're putting us in the back, you know, away from all the cool bikes. But that's okay. I understand that. What do you love? If somebody would say, all right, give me two quick pros, what you like the best about your Janus motorcycle?
I'll tell you, I was all about Indiana small business. Being a small business owner myself, I love supporting small business. So I love going up to their shop up in Goshen. In 15 minutes, you can watch them take a flat piece of metal, hammer it out into a fender. I love the craftsmanship. Also, just the classic retro style of these bikes. You got the modern conveniences of an electric start. You also have the kickstart, but just a classic hardtail. They're hard to find these days.
Yeah. So. It's and they look so good. They are here, made locally here in Indiana. It's super cool when you think about it. You know, I always think back to the old automobiles. You know, the Studebakers and the Packards and stuff that were made here in Indiana. Kind of cool that they make such a cool looking bike like this.
They're simple. You can work on them yourself. I've done a lot of engine upgrades to it, which almost doubles the horsepower. But they are just a great bike. If you love tinkering on bikes yourself, they made these simple, so you can do that.
That is awesome. Well, David, thank you so much for talking
Yes.
to us. I'll let you do your thing. And shoot, we're going to be riding here pretty soon.
Absolutely.
So,
Well,
very
thank
cool.
you.
I'm sure you'll be up at the front with all the cool kids.
That's right.
All right, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Something super cool. If you look at the motorcycles, you look at the headlights, and the headlights will tell a little bit of a story. They have monocles this year, which is kind of cool, if you ask me. But you see the mustache, and you'll notice on this one here, the mustache is silver. That is a $100 donation. Black is for the standard. Anything below that is a black mustache. What you're looking for is the ones that have a green or a gold. If you see gold, that means they gave, I believe it's 250 or more. So it's kind of cool. You can see a little bit about everybody when you look at their headlight on their motorcycle. Again, the main reason for this thing is to raise money for men's health, whether it's physical health, mental health, it's men's health. That's what it's all about, raising money. I was very grateful I was able to get $100 in for that, and I didn't even realize I was going to get a silver mustache instead of a black mustache, which is kind of fitting because most of mine is silver now too. But that's what, if you're looking at these headlights and you're like, what's all these stickers? That's what it's all about.
So we're here at the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. You guys look fantastic.
Thank you.
What brings you out to this ride?
It's a great cause. It's good to see friends. Easy little quick ride. Beautiful weather.
It is, definitely.
Yeah.
What
Kind
about
of
you?
kicks off the riding season officially because of where it lands in the year, but it really is just, everyone's always in a good mood, and we've been blessed with this weather, so how could you not come out?
Right. So how many years have you done this?
This is my third time coming with him, but he's an old timer.
Yeah. I think
How many times have you
8,
been?
9.
Wow.
From way back when. Yeah.
So how did you actually find out about this ride? Because it's not easy to find always.
Yeah. Just from being plugged into the general community.
Okay.
You hear people talk about it. You either see something on Facebook or Instagram, or so it's generally in my feed at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys look fantastic. You really do. You guys dress up every year that I've seen you, and you do a fantastic job of it. So you look like you fit right in.
Perfect.
Try to be
Thank
weather
you.
appropriate, so we're glad this worked out today.
Yeah.
You know, and that's true because last year it was very hot,
It was.
and
Very hot.
it's getting warm today, but it's still got that cool breeze.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be
it's
lovely.
perfect ride.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Thank
Just
you.
got to watch out for sunburns.
Do you always dress like this when you do a ride?
This is my first one, but no, not usually.
No, that's what makes us so cool. What do you ride?
I have it's actually my brother's bike, a Royal Enfield Continental GT 650.
Oh, okay.
But my own bikes, I have sport bikes, so it doesn't really fit the setting. So he let
No.
me borrow his, so.
No, I understand. Yeah, they put us in the back. We're riding Harleys.
Yeah.
What can
Usually
I say?
my full suit is a full, race suit and everything,
Right.
so it's a little different.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, a
It
little
is
bit.
kind of weird when you get dressed like this. I live down by Bloomington, so I mean,
Yeah.
I've got a good hour ride just to
Yeah.
get up here. And when you're up zipping down the interstate highway on a motorcycle and dressed like this,
Yeah,
it's like it's a little strange.
I blew a button out. My tie came apart, and I blew the buckle out in the back, so it was a rough time coming up
Oh
here.
man, yeah, but you're gonna look good for the 15 minutes that we get to ride here at Indy. You're gonna look swell.
There we
All right,
go.
man. Thank you so much for coming out here, and I hope you enjoyed. This is actually my first time riding in this ride as well. I've been out here filming before, but never rode in it, so this is gonna be our first time. So I'm looking forward to
There
it.
you go, man.
All right, man. Be safe.
What brings you out today for this ride?
Actually, this is my third in the last 4 years.
Nice.
It's a cool ride. It's a great place for this bike and others like it. Good people, so I'm always excited to come out
Right.
and enjoy this day.
Sweet. I see you're driving a Janus.
Yes, sir.
They're pretty cool bikes. What
Love
draws you
it.
to them?
There's nothing else like them. There's
Yeah.
absolutely nothing else in any showroom that's like this. It has the style and the design taste that I really, really like. But ideally, it's a modern build and modern tech and modern materials. So unlike a true vintage bike, it actually works all the time.
Right.
So I don't have to think a lot about it.
That's nice.
I love that it's an owner's bike. It's a hand tools only bike. No computers, no specialists. It's easy. It's quick. It's lightweight, maneuverable. Just very much an independent person's bike, and it wins on style as far as I'm concerned every
Yeah.
time.
I
love
mean,
the
they
thing.
are really
And Janus
cool
is an excellent company who has a great mission. The money you spend stays locally and goes right to people you can shake hands with.
Nice.
Their follow-up and their customer service is excellent. So I have always highly recommended them. I love doing business with them, and I love their bikes.
Nice. Well, thanks for coming out today. Great doing an interview with you.
My pleasure.
Be safe out there.
My pleasure. Thanks, you too.